Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast with me, Harry Sticchini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
It's all made up.
Too much of a delay on that one.
I quite enjoyed it.
I don't get as many lines, so I'm going to take it out.
Overthinking it. Just deliver, you know what I mean?
It's just a desperate need to impress people. That's what it is.
I enjoyed it, me, Ben. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, well, 50% of the room. It's
I feel like I'm always in the middle of you two, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just like precision. You know what I mean? I like precision and Ben likes pizzazz. And it's just two different... It's
two different P's.
Yeah, two different personalities. And that's fine. That's what makes the podcast...
Like pizzazzian in the middle.
Yeah.
He's just there.
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know. How have you both turned on me in this scenario, eh? Thank you very much for tuning in for another episode of our magical podcast. We do appreciate the fact that people seem to be enjoying this. They keep telling us, which is good. I want to give you a little shout out to my sister for this intro because she's asked to come on the podcast and I've said no. Right?
Oh, get her on, yeah.
Access denied.
She was like, she wants to come on with a friend and she was like, I think we'd be a good little double act. And I was just like, I just don't think that's a solid thing. But she also said, you've not mentioned me once on the podcast.
I think it's because you're scared of her a bit because she rips you to pieces online.
Yeah. My sister's ripped me to pieces all the time. It's just more the fact that I thought if I give her this, at least then she's appeased because I said, I've given you a shout out and she said, you haven't, and it'll probably come on like episode 176. So.
The last thing you need as well is someone telling you you're not funny again. Like,
yeah.
She loves me and Lewis apparently, doesn't she?
Do you know what my nightmare is? Watching this podcast and seeing her presenting.
You're in the middle.
Yeah.
Big sisters like that though.
Big sisters, I like
We'll
that.
just draw some hair in your mug.
Well, for my sister.
Yeah, to make it look like her.
Oh, mate, that's bold. That. My sister's hairy.
I'd love to get her on the pod just for sit there now.
I meant long hair.
Backtrack.
Oh, yeah. I think you meant facial hair.
Yeah.
Nearly swallowed microphone then,
Yeah, I
you.
did, yeah. Let me know when she's coming, mate, will you?
My sister likes you. She said you're her favourite.
Well, to be clear, just to make it clear to your sister, I did not say she had facial hair. I said she had long hair.
On her face.
On her head. Your head's part of your face. Come on.
It is. He's sweating here under
am,
these lights.
So let the listeners and viewers know why Ben isn't going to be featured in this next episode with the Mild High Club, by the way, with Dean and Amy.
All right, I could.
No, well, I think it's better if we tell them the truth.
Okay, right.
My sister killed him.
No, go on, tell us why you weren't here, Ben.
I was going to Glastonbury. It's exciting as that, yeah. So it's obviously we record. I don't know when this is coming out, when one's going to come out. So
yeah,
I was at Glastonbury the day this was recorded. So.
Promoting the pod.
Yeah, promoting the pod basically. Yeah, I promote it everywhere, mate.
He did.
I walked down the street shouting AllMadeUp.
Yeah, Ben presented at an award ceremony. Was it Friday night, Saturday night?
Saturday night, yeah. It was for Andy's Man Club, the charity. It's amazing charity. Just the room was Larry. It was I think 150 people who had been drinking since 3 on like free wine all day. And they were like, just do some material. I was like, they don't want material, pal. They just want me to ask them who they are and where they're from. That's all they want. So I went through the whole crowd going, what's your name? What do you do? Where are you from? And they were like, this guy's so funny. What a legend. I was like, you should have it a stand-up gig, mate. You'd love it.
But obviously, Clem actually did. Clementine, who did episode 4, I think it was.
Yeah.
An Eggy Muff story. Yeah.
Jinx.
She... I'll not speak now. Touch wood. But yeah, she took over from Ben for that episode, and I think she passed a trial period, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, when we get rid of Harris, you can definitely have that job. So.
Well, we've given her a 6-month contract.
Yeah.
Well, it's good. I always knew it was going to happen, lads.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's not a case of that. It's just whenever one of us is flagging in an episode, we'll just bring her on.
Yeah, I've not got a contract.
Have you not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is why you're not going to see Ben in this episode.
And you were missed, mate.
You were missed.
Yeah,
Clem smashed it.
Yeah.
And you were missed.
I know. Yeah, I know she'd smash it. Clem's wonderful, isn't she? So.
And even Dean and Amy were like, she's great. I was like,
yeah, shut up.
Yeah, I was like, don't stop saying that. They're like, don't bring Ben back. I was like, you don't say that.
I'll just send him a couple of Instagram messages later.
They said that before the podcast had even happened, though.
Yeah, I'm glad he's not here.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
In presence.
I reckon we wrap it up
Yes.
sort of there, just so that everybody can get into this next episode, which is absolutely fantastic, by the way, without Ben. And enjoy. This is all made up with Dean and Amy of the Mild High Club podcast. Enjoy.
Just a little bit.
Just a quick one, guys. We forgot to mention in the introduction that in the first sort of 5 minutes or so of this episode, you might hear a little bit of microphone feedback. You might not do. Harry said that he couldn't hear it, but I could. So I just wanted to let you know in case you thought that it was going to happen for the whole episode, which it doesn't. So that's fantastic. So without any further ado, please enjoy this episode of the All Made Up podcast with Dean and Amy from the Mild High Club podcast. It's absolutely fantastic. Enjoy.
It's all made up again. Yeah. It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
It's mad having two of you on the sofa.
I know, this is
Isn't
first
it? I
time.
quite like it. What's it called?
What, where you are?
Spinner's
The
Mill. this podcast. Oh,
It's
right.
called All Made Up.
The
It's
All
called
Made...
what?
All Made Up.
All made up. Okay.
Yeah, because it's...
All made up. All together.
He said it.
Why is your podcast called The Mild High Club?
It's just I just thought of the name one time and thought that's good, isn't it?
Well,
So
we
we're
talk
both
about-
marijuana users.
But also we talk about addictions a lot. I presented the podcast for my final year in university, so I had to like polish it up a lot. And basically, we're very pro mental health, and we shouldn't judge people who have addictions,
No.
and we should talk openly about them, and that is what we do.
I thought the Mild High Club was you had guests on and you got high with them before you started the podcast. Was that not a thing?
So Daniel Slaughter's come and done our 420 episode twice.
Right, I think that's where... Right, yeah.
Some people will, but if you don't like do drugs, you don't like. It's not like you can't come on.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Just most times I'll be
People,
doing drugs before it.
well, people always assume we're on drugs,
Right.
even when we're not.
Yeah.
We're just a bit
Yeah, we
chill,
done an
aren't we?
episode with Paul Smith and we put a picture up afterwards, and everyone was like, "Oh, this is going to be sick. You all look so stoned." None of us was stoned. So just everyone always assumes we're both high,
Yeah.
like all the time. It's funny.
We'll usually get high at home, but it stems like the flow of conversation, doesn't it? Because we're just like, meh.
So just quickly then,
Yeah.
was it your idea to start the Mild High podcast then?
Yeah, because Dean was like, no one will watch it. Like, what's the point?
To be fair, there was 6 months where I was right.
But for how long? Because we were chatting before, is it been on 2 years or 3?
When's its birthday? In January?
Yeah,
It'd be
so
3.
this is the third. It's in its third year now.
That's decent though, because it's got like a hell of a following now, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
It's
like
done
now.
well. Yeah, and
it
it
was all
was...
off the back of like one clip, really.
That's
Which
all
was?
you need.
Was it the soy sauce
Soy
one?
sauce.
Yeah, that
see,
went wild, didn't
everyone
it?
knows it,
Yeah.
It's our one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
It's our one, and everyone's like, "Play soy sauce."
Yeah.
When they come see us.
Your
But
Chesney Hawks.
I'm currently writing a new one-hit wonder, like literally, not a prank or nothing. I'm trying to make a one-hit wonder because you've got to keep making content now.
Yeah.
And
It's all about
one of we have to do like a monthly special. So I'm making a one-hit wonder called Boof Boof brackets Stick It Up Your Ass, and it's about it's
What
about
do you think it's about?
Yeah.
Sticking something up your ass,
Yeah.
dead big, yeah.
So it's
Halfway
about-
there.
Yeah.
so that's what boofing is. It's putting weed up your ass.
Weed?
Yeah.
To like get through customs.
No,
No,
to get
just to
high.
get high.
Fucked up.
Like
Oh,
yeah,
seriously?
Really?
it's doctor recommended.
You know,
So-
people were doing it with alcohol and that, weren't
To be
they?
fair, you absorb things quicker
Yeah.
through your anal cavity.
Hang on.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're not
People do
laughing on
like-
this podcast, you're learning.
People do like ecstasy and that because you come
Yeah,
up
I've heard of
quicker
putting pills up
and
your
shit
bum.
like that. Yeah, yeah.
I think it's oil.
Oil in a capsule, maybe.
Must be. Surely if you're putting the
And maybe
grass
in-
up there, it's not working.
That's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be,
Sort as well.
Shoving a load of
Yeah.
grass up there.
Yeah,
No, just putting a
saw that.
spliff in it.
Yeah.
yeah, lighting it.
Yeah,
And
much
yeah.
better.
Yeah, because in France they give you suppositories. They don't give you like antibiotics. We take it orally, but it
Yeah,
messes
yeah,
with
yeah.
your gut bacteria. So they always have suppositories.
Oh,
in
the
France.
dirty them French out there, buddy.
Kinky French.
What was you cracking up at then?
About you and your little experience where it went, thank you.
What was it? What
Oh,
got
your
put
bum
up
all
there?
just sucks
Yeah.
stuff up.
Oh,
doesn't
no,
Yeah.
yeah. So I had... So when I broke my leg,
it?
after I had my
Yeah.
operation...
Sucked your bum all sucked your leg up.
After I broke my leg, yeah, obviously because of all antibiotics, I was on like all sorts of painkillers. They got given, what was I got? I got liquid morphine, paracetamol, cocodamol,
We've got some in the
codeine.
fridge if you want.
With morphine. That'd be an interesting episode, that.
Yeah, and then
I'll tell you a story.
because of all like drugs I were on, it was making me feel dead sick. Anyway, I went to the doctors. They was like, right, we've got you some medication, but you've got to take suppositories for it. Have you ever took a suppository?
No.
Right, so it's like, imagine this little water bullet, right, about that big.
How thick is it?
It's quite
About
thick.
thick, about
Is
an
it
inch.
hard as well, or is it squishy?
Yeah, it's like a water balloon, but trying to put that in yourself is unbelievably difficult.
Yeah.
And
I found it so easy, but I think it's because if you've put tampons in, it's just like it's
your
just a
bum.
different volume.
I don't know. You're meant
really
to go
heavy
there.
periods.
Just plug all the holes.
Ears, nose.
Amy,
Yeah.
how long have you been doing stand-up for now? Because obviously
7 gigs, mate.
7 gigs. How's it
gigs
going?
Deep. All right, yeah. I've started it to document it because
Right.
people don't film starting stand-up.
Yeah.
But because of the position that I'm in, I can do that because I've got cameras and shit. So that should be out, and it'll hopefully help like more women to see the process and get into it.
It's just what we need, isn't it? Bloody more women.
Yeah, so it makes it more accessible because it's scary. It's a male-dominated industry, and I imagine it's like pretty scary to try and get into. But
Did you find that with like having a following already from your podcast that it was like more scary doing gigs, less scary?
I think
Like-
it was more pressure
Yeah.
because I'm like, please don't not like me.
Yeah.
It's not
But we
good.
also do them, like, we do like a live talent show every month where, like, a lot of the local newer comedians come and, like, they'll try stand-up or they'll do something mad. And, like, we sort of, like, if they don't do well, you rinse them a bit. Do you know what I mean? You take the
Yeah,
piss
yeah.
out
that
of them.
takes the edge off, I think. I
Takes
think
the
that's
edge off,
really
but
nice.
Amy's
Yeah.
been doing that for like a year, like 12 months, like rinsing these new acts, and then they're all there like, well, go on then, let's see if you can do it. Yeah. So there's a bit
Well,
of
I
added
can.
pressure there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
Dean, have you been doing stand-up for a while?
5.5 years now.
Right. Okay. So, what is it like seeing Amy do it? And like, do you have like little coaching sessions, or do you prefer to just do your own thing? Like,
He helps me, like, comedians offer each other tags and shit.
Yeah.
don't they? And I've done it with him as well, like, you have lines
What's that?
What?
Tag,
Like,
so
like
like-
adding little top, like, bits to the ends of
Yeah, yeah.
jokes. There's a lot, like, sometimes I've said to Amy, like, oh, what do you reckon about this? And she'll go, oh, I'm not sure. And I go, oh, I can see it working in my head, though. And then you try it, and it does work, or it won't work, and then...
so much
So
easier.
a lot of it
bouncing
is just trying it out, though, as well, innit?
Yeah.
But it's,
Do you know what I mean?
it is humbling, isn't it? When you deliver a joke and it is like complete silence. You
It's
know?
funny when you proper misread something, innit? Like, you go in your head, you go, oh, that's funny, that, and you say it, and everyone goes,
But then
what the fuck are you saying? You go,
what's wrong
sorry,
with you?
everyone.
Yeah.
my closing joke when I first started was a sports day joke.
Yeah.
And it was like me running this race, and I was like fucking belting it on stage. I like fall to my knees like I'm in Platoon. And I mean, it's 10 out of 10 effort, right?
Yeah.
But like 3 out of 10 jokes. yeah. I wasn't even getting like a medal for the jokes, but everything else was spot on. But I remember doing that like on the circuit and like hearing my feet and just knowing this is not going to land. And you're
the way-
just
you're
like,
not- yeah, but you've
and
got to do it,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah.
You've
You're just
gotta
like, well,
commit.
yeah, this is it. So, and then you're like, thank you very much for listening to me, and you just walk off the stage, slightly less sweaty than I am now.
Anyway, I
Should we get
reckon we
cracking?
get into it.
Yeah.
So this is going to be all made up with Dean and Amy. We're just going to do a little pause and then we're going to get into it.
It's all made up, baby.
So today what we're going to be doing is making up a story together. Okay, as you can see in front of you, there's a few pots, red ones, green ones and yellow ones. What we're going to have, we're going to pick one of them. It's going to start our story, and straight away we're going to pick an ending to our story, and we've got about half an hour to get from A to B. In the middle, we'll throw a few curveballs / swerve balls.
They're called fucking curveballs.
I say swerve ball. You say swerve ball or curve ball?
No one says swerve. but-
No one.
See, I've said that. Or yeah, that's what I found out. Every guest has been against me, but that's fine.
You are the curveball.
We move. But yeah,
Number one.
basically, before we get into the actual story, we're going to build a character.
Right,
So I
okay.
reckon, because there's two of you, we don't do two characters, but you two are going to form one.
Okay.
Okay. So we just start off with some like
Blob.
basic questions, like what would you like your character's name to be for today?
What gender is it?
Well, it's up to
It's up
you.
to you. Talk to you.
Chadwick Merryweather the Third.
There we go.
That is just
Chadwick,
Shadders.
Chadwick Merryweather
Shadders.
the Third.
The third, don't forget the third. Yeah.
third.
A
Okay.
good Charlotte song that you know.
Oh, shit,
Oh, it
yeah.
is, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Chadwick
Yeah.
Merryweather the Third.
Yeah.
So we've got Chadwick Merryweather the Third, and how old are they?
30.
Yeah.
30.
Yeah.
30.
Yes, it's-
So living with the family, living by themselves.
He lives. He lives on his grandmother's estate because she's just died.
Is it a big estate or is it a council estate?
It's not a council
Yeah,
estate.
yeah.
Actually, yeah.
It's a council estate, but he's
Chadwick.
called Chadwick
Okay,
Merryweather the Third.
because his nan was a criminal, and she got everything took from her, all the titles stripped, and he ended up with nothing. And now he lives in a council estate.
The only council house that's got a drawbridge.
Right, okay, so, and he's
Got
living
a
by...
moat, and there's like trolleys in it. And that.
And he's by himself then? There's no one else living with him?
No,
No pets?
apart from the ghost.
Oh, right, of course there's a ghost.
Right.
Is a ghost human or is a ghost an animal?
It's his nan.
Oh, it's his nan.
Oh, yeah,
Right.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's,
Why?
Because she's dead.
Oh,
Don't you know, Dean?
dead. Oh, yeah.
right, could we name 30. What do they like? What do they dress like if they're obviously from like quite?
Yeah, is
like
it set in
royal-
modern day? Because I was thinking
It's
when
modern day, but he dresses pretty dandy because classic Chad.
Right.
And
Rick Chadwick.
if he has no money, does he just wear the same outfit day after day?
Charity shops.
He's really good around the charity shops.
Yeah, he's a whiz.
Nifty.
Yeah.
He loves
Yeah.
that Macklemore song.
Yeah,
Oh,
pretty
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It's his favourite. It's his alarm.
He's an upcycler.
Is it ops?
He's upcycler. Right,
Yeah.
I like that.
And so his grand's died. What's her name?
Helen?
Helen.
Helen.
Helen the Third.
It sounds like you're trying to make up a lie. You're allowed to just make up a story.
So Helen's the ghost who's living with Chadders at the moment. Whereabouts is this? Is it
Scam.
Skem? Right, okay, so not too, just down the Lancs.
Yeah.
That's nice.
The kingdom of Skem.
And like, he seems like a pretty out there person. Chadwick Merryweather the
He's
Third.
proper
What's his neighbours thinking about him?
They don't like him. 'Cause-
Why?
Just because of his name.
Purely,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
I can
like-
understand that.
Who's he think he is?
Yeah, like the Amazon fella will come and go, oh, can you take a parcel for next door? And who is it? Which way? And Chadwick the Third. And you go, nah, fuck that guy. He can
Yeah.
get his parcel in next week.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Oh, never getting his parcels,
No.
is he?
No.
So what's he do for a job, by the way?
What does he do for a job? He rides a penny farthing.
For a job?
Yeah,
As
for
a taxi
job.
service.
Yeah, around Liverpool. Like the tuk-tuk
Yeah,
cars.
just giving him a backy on a tiny wheel.
Little mini stump heads on it.
Like, holding on to his heels.
Yeah. Hold on to his...
I like that a lot.
He's very
Very,
talented.
very unique
So
service.
he's a paid penny farthing rider.
Yeah.
You're doing it freelance or contracted?
It's freelance. He does it for the love. He doesn't
Yeah.
need no contract.
Right.
So does he
okay.
make money from it?
Yeah. He's the best in the land.
Well, I'm guessing
In
there
the
isn't
land.
many
He's probably-
in the
yeah,
land.
Probably the only one in the land.
Best in
Best in
Scam.
Scam, yeah.
What's he charging for a penny farthing
It
ride?
depends where you're going, innit?
Let's say
It's like taxi fare, innit?
let's say we're going to
Bradford.
Yeah, but you're not going to go, can I go to Manchester Airport from Scam?
Yeah.
Because he'll kill the man.
I don't know. I mean, he can't take luggage and that. He's on a penny farthing.
let's say he's doing a 5-10 minute journey. How much are you charging?
It's £30.
£30 for a 10 minute. That seems fair.
Yes,
he-
it's novelty.
Yeah.
It's
Tory as well,
novelty.
Is it
Tory.
because it's novelty, albeit it's £30, does he still like go, it's actually like 80 shillings, but that converted is £30? Does he use like old terms?
Yeah.
Because I haven't been
ye
like...
old £30,
Yeah.
please.
That's why everyone hates him.
What does he look like?
Yeah,
As
what
you'd imagine,
hairstyle?
Middle parting.
Can you imagine that in a book? He looked as you imagined. Carry on.
So yeah, it's like kind of dandy looking, but surprise, surprise, it's actually a mullet, and it's
Ooh.
longer at the back.
Very.
Current.
Nice.
So it's like a side parting mullet.
It's a middle parting. Looks pretty regal,
Yeah.
but then
Are you
mullet.
Party in the back.
describing me? I feel like you're describing me.
No, you'd have, it's
Does he
just
put rollers
short.
in his hair to get the? So every night he gets the rollers in to make sure he's got the bouffant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he does
As
it
it were.
heat free because he cares about his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, of
He cares
course.
about it
Yeah.
so much that he has 2 hairstyles on his head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's too fast.
What about any facial hair?
Facial. I do facial hair.
I don't think I said it like that.
He's got like a goatee, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, I can imagine a
Like
goatee.
a little guy folks.
And let's just go into like clothing or costume for this
Yeah.
guy. Is it like a suit
It's
or?
charity shop's finest.
It's like suit trousers, denim waistcoat.
It's
know
all
what I mean?
mismatched. Like, yeah.
He's got like a Berghaus anorak on.
I just love thrifting.
yeah. For all weathers, all occasions, I've got it all.
I
Yeah,
like
yeah.
him. I'm starting to like
He's
Chadwick.
quicker.
Yeah, of course.
He's quicker.
And would you say Is he a kind guy? Is he like... Because it sounds like he gets a lot of hate off people. Does he feel the hate, or is he in his own lane?
He feels really misunderstood, and he was just like, he doesn't understand why people don't like him, because he thinks he's a kind guy, but he's just so irritating.
Yeah,
He's
right.
so annoying.
Okay, I think that's a good time to like get our story sort of pumping, right?
Love it.
Yeah.
So like you'll see, there's a little cup of green cards there. Pick one at random, and then there's going to be a little blank in there. Where it's
Am I gonna
blank,
pick it?
put in Chadwick.
Chad had never eaten a piece of fruit.
Right.
Okay.
I mean,
Right.
if he's living in the Victorian days, that style of living,
He's got
scurvy.
scurvy, yeah.
Yeah, that
Got
makes
some
sense.
Sort of
But-
some sort of illness.
Before we continue, we're going to find out where we're ending. So pick a red card, and we're going to find out where this story's going to finish.
Red card. This one.
Yeah.
The dentist had never seen teeth as clean.
Oh, the irony.
So what's like a day in the life of Chad? Like, he gets up, what does he do?
Feeds the ducks around the park.
Oh, yeah.
I thought he just had
Scrubs
ducks
off
in his
where
house.
someone's wrote pedo on his front door.
Yeah, he's got a pond in his lounge.
Yeah.
Just sits there throwing.
Oils his penny
bread
farthing.
to it.
He's got to maintain the penny farthing. Has
Yeah.
he got a name for his penny farthing?
Penny.
Oh, nice.
Chadwick.
So he gets
So
up.
he gets up, he gets some
Chad.
boiling
What's
hot
for
water
breakfast?
and he scrubs off
Scrubs off where the
Peter.
kids have
Yeah.
wrote nonce on his
Before he has
door.
breakfast. So he works up a sweat.
Yeah, because you can't eat your breakfast while everyone thinks you're a nonce, can
No,
you?
of course you can't.
No.
And what's he eating for breakfast? What sort of stuff has he got on his
Not
plate?
fruit.
It's definitely not fruit.
Not
fruit
fruit.
salads are not in the question.
That was Helen's like dying wish.
Oh, so she said, please don't eat
Never
any...
ever eat
Never
fruit.
eat it.
Never eat it.
No, she said that's why I've lived so long, because I never ate fruit. It's a scam. It's a scam.
Fruit's a scam.
To make people die young.
Right, because obviously
By the New World Order.
eat 5 a day, eat 5 a day, eat 5 a day has been shoved
It's
down our throats.
propaganda,
It's
mate.
propaganda.
She's walking around
Right.
going, eat none a day and live every day.
So how old did she live to, Helen?
102.
Right, so she was
So
an
it's
old
true.
bird, yeah.
So did Helen die of natural causes?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a dead old bird. Someone's bloody mum, that, mate. Right, okay.
Chadwick's mum. Respect the name.
So Helen lived till 102 because she hasn't eaten fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it because maybe her daughter, Chadwick's mum, died because she ate loads of fruit? Was she like a...
Might
She
have been
died.
allergic.
She died on an apple orchard.
Yeah.
What?
She,
On-
she
on
died
an apple.
on one or
On
by
one.
one.
On
Just
one.
on top of an apple tree.
How did she die?
Trying to pick an apple.
Right, okay.
And she
And she
fell.
fell out of the tree.
She made that game of John Bobbing for apples.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Round.
That is so
Yeah.
tragic because it's like it went from falling to a death to then me thinking she's ate an apple and
she's
it's
all right,
poisoned her.
yeah.
But no, she's bobbed for it.
Yeah.
It's killed her.
Forgot to put the apples in.
Yeah.
And Helen,
Where are they? So I talked about. Dead. Committed.
yeah, and Helen was like, I fucking told you to stay away from them apples.
Yeah.
After,
just bad
she's
news.
died, she's drowned.
Even though it was
told
water
you.
that killed her, but never mind.
Remember Adam and Eve? It was the apple. Yeah.
What was his mum called, by the way?
Meredith.
Chadwick Meredith.
Meredith Merryweather. Can I say that?
Right.
Instead of red stripe and half a Carlin. Meredith Merryweather.
So Meredith, mother of Chad, has died. She's died bobbing for apples.
Yeah.
Her mother, has died through old age because she hasn't touched fruit. In her opinion.
That's it. That's how she thinks she got there.
Yeah.
She thought, fuck that fruit. Like,
Yeah.
I'll just eat liver.
Right. So obviously he's gone all his life now without fruit. He's in his 30s. Did we say? Bang on 30 or in his 30s?
Bang on.
Bang on.
He's bang on
It's actually
30.
his birthday.
I like that a lot. And Helen has passed away. How long ago?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. Right. So it's raw. It's so raw.
Still sore, yeah.
Sheesh.
It was a real swerve ball.
It was yesterday. Just imagine this for 1 second. You grown up all your life seeing kids eating fruit 5 a day, 5 a day, 5 a day. The person who sort of gate kept this from you has now died.
Does he taste the forbidden fruit?
Well,
Does someone make him a cake?
he's in the park and I'm feeding the ducks.
Oh, yeah.
And someone comes by and says, "Hello, wee man.
Who's this?
Would you like an apple?"
A little wee man says this.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
Wee
man.
man from Jackass.
Yeah.
He turned up and he
and
went,
he's
"Hi,
like-
I'm Wee man. Do you want an apple?"
He's like, who said that? And he's like, down here. an apple for you. And then,
Ooh, what a mysterious apple, man.
yeah. And he's like, every bite will grant you a wish.
Unreal.
It's a magic apple,
It is
guys.
unreal.
How big's this apple? Is it huge? And
It looks big in his hand.
Yeah. He's got it above his head like that.
And then he goes,
Quickly,
"Thank you."
take a bite.
Oh, right. So he's biting it out of wee man's hands.
But,
Like that.
Yeah.
but a catch, it does disintegrate like a normal apple. So you have to do it quick.
Within a few days, it's going to perish.
It'll go brown.
If you want a big wish, you have to take a big bite.
Yeah.
If
Right.
you want a little, like, oh, I wish my beer was full.
Yeah.
Little nibble.
Yeah.
Little
You
nibble.
just fill it up a little bit.
But if
by
you
bit.
want something big, though, you have to fucking...
Yeah.
What happens
chomp.
if you eat the whole apple in one?
The biggest wish of all.
What?
Well, he's going to be weighing this up, isn't he? He's going to
Yeah.
be contemplating, do I get loads of mini wishes? Do I get some decent wishes? Or
We'll
do
get
I
half
go...
mini, one big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Do I make a wish pie? You know what?
wish crumble?
Wish crumble? Who knows?
Right.
Wish cider? Anything what you want to do? Yeah.
It's just say, is he going to take a bite of this apple then?
I'd
Well,
be scared at first. If
Well, you
personally,
Yeah.
if Wee Man come and brought me an apple,
Yeah.
be
He's
a
not
bit-
questioned it.
I'd be a bit
Yeah.
sceptical of what the apple was.
You'd be looking for the hidden camera,
Yeah,
wouldn't
you'd
you?
think it was a
Yeah.
prank.
Yeah.
Is this apple full of shit?
So he's sceptical, isn't he? He has to go home, cut it in half at least,
Yeah.
just to make sure that it is a
Yeah.
genuine apple.
What is it? Are we talking like, is it Pink Lady, Granny Smith?
I'd have to go Granny Smith's, me.
Yeah.
Because of his nan.
Ah, yes.
It was all-
Very nice.
That is that's
So
poetic.
why is Wee Man in Skem? Is he just going around giving people apples?
Jackass are on tour.
Yeah.
Right. And Wee
They've
Man's just
broke
in the
down.
pond. So is it like the body of a duck and Wee Man's head?
It's Wee Man in a costume of a duck because
costume.
that would be terrifying.
That
Yeah.
would be awful. Yeah. I wouldn't take
You wouldn't
nothing
take
off
an
that
apple,
duck
would you?
with
And
a-
he looks at you and goes, "This was my wish."
There's a little nibble out of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Can resist.
Careful what you wish for.
Right. So let's just move it forward a bit. So let's imagine he's got this apple in his hand, right? At the moment, is in like by the pond. Is he? Where is he going with it? Is he taking it back to his house? Is he going to somewhere sacred?
I think he takes it home to inspect it to make sure it is not full of shit. Like you said.
Yeah.
He goes to take it
Firework
home.
or something.
He goes to take it home, and then a group of kids accost him.
As they
Oh.
would, seeing a
And-
Victorian.
yeah.
Right,
he's,
well,
he's travelling on his penny farthing at this point, isn't he?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah.
Doing a wheelie.
With the apple on the back seat. Little.
Okay, so he's got accosted.
Yeah, and they're like, "Give me that fucking apple, you knobhead." And then they're gone, and he's like going after them on his penny farthing. They're on.
Could he not just bite the
BMXs.
apple and go, "I wish these kids weren't terroring me"?
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
So he's been
If he can-
accosted.
if he can catch him.
So they've
He's got
nicked
his
it at
apple.
this point.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've nicked-
they've got it.
Yeah, they've got his apple.
Right, so
So he's chasing after him.
they're on BMX, he's on penny farthing.
How many kids?
3.
Okay.
1,000.
But then he stops.
A horde of kids.
An army.
He stops his BMX
Scam army.
and then he puts a can on the wheel and it makes it sound like a motorbike. And then all of a sudden he's faster than the other kids.
Okay.
Right, okay. But it struggles really badly if it reached the bottom of the penny farthing wheel. Because if you imagine, he's trying
Yeah.
to put a little
It's
can in
quite-
there.
It is quite
Yeah.
tedious
Yeah.
and time consuming trying to put the can on, but
Yeah. But when he does it, mentally it gives him that kick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, go
And
on.
also, Chad is like really good at archery, and he's got
A
what
sheave of arrows.
quiver or something.
Is it a quiver?
So
that he found in a charity shop.
it was an heirloom off his nan. They
Oh,
love
he's
archery.
quite the archer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
apple on the head.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It writes itself. So he takes it out and he fires it at the wheels of the bike.
How's
Yeah.
Chad not getting arrested for firing an arrow at children?
He's like
On his
firing, yeah.
So he's on his penny
On a
farthing.
penny farm,
Yeah.
yeah.
And does he shout, "Loose"? And they punch the tyre of the BMX, right?
Yeah.
And what happens then?
The kid falls into oncoming traffic.
Oh, right, okay.
Obviously, I feel like Chadwick has now got a lot of options. He's just seen this RTA happen, road traffic accident. He's seen a kid die. He's got an apple here and he's like,
I just love
He's-
that you
he's
use that.
murdered.
Because what you don't know, when this isn't a podcast, it's actually a call desk for 991 call. And we just take it direct.
You've
Sorry, what have you got
witnessed
there?
an
Yeah. Can you 3-word that, please? And we will send support. An RTA.
So
he's murdered a child.
yeah, I know,
Yeah.
but he's got the power in his hand to reverse it, hasn't he?
But does he go
Does
to the
he
dark
reverse it,
side
though?
and be like, fuck that guy? Or does
Is it worth
he,
a wish? Is it worth a wish?
Is it worth... Because it would have to
It's a
be
big
quite a
bite,
big...
that. Big
Yeah,
bite
it is
to
a
bring
big
someone
bite.
back.
So it's like half the apple.
Yeah.
And he's like,
So it brings back some little kid who robbed your apple in the
Yeah.
first place.
he's like, I don't think I'm gonna do that. He goes and gets a disguise. So he's known for being the guy in the penny farthing with the weird haircut and the mullet at the back. So he goes and like completely
That's what
reinvents
everyone knows.
himself.
He what?
He reinvents himself so that when they go looking for that man, he's not going to exist anymore. Because this new guy, he's got like a buzz cut and it's blue. Completely different person.
All
Does he
right.
wish for these things, or does he go and get them done at the salon?
I think he has a nibble of his apple. It's desperate times.
Yeah, because a haircut's got to be a
Yeah,
little
Desperate
nibble in it.
time.
Nibble
He's
that.
like, make me look different.
Yeah.
I imagine him like looking at the queue for the barbers and being like, nah.
Fuck it.
Yeah. Little nibble. Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
it's like, imagine he's got 5 stars on GTA. He's took a nibble, changed his appearance.
Yeah.
He's
There we
now,
go.
he's a
Yeah,
free
he's
man.
out.
Free
Yeah.
man.
Okay. I like that. I like where we are. I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of stuff's happened. I reckon we throw in another
A lot of
curveball now.
stuff's
A lot of stuff has happened. He's got away with
Kid's
it.
dead. Moving
Well,
on.
or has he? We don't know.
Yeah.
We don't
Is
know
it-
yet.
Is it the dentist's son?
Oh, we
Find
don't
out
know.
after this ad.
So,
The yellow one.
pick yourself another yellow one. Let's see where it takes us.
Ooh.
£10,000 just hit their bank account.
Inheritance.
What? Oh my God, that's a quick
A day after
inheritance.
the death. No, a day after.
Or has he wished for it?
It's a big bite though. 10 grand.
10 grand is a big bite.
Do you reckon it's
You'd
10
think
grand?
so.
It's 10 grand
If
a big
life,
bite.
a
think
life
so.
is a half an apple, 10 grand has to be like...
You should just peeled the sticker off. Blue hair.
So a normal bite. Let's say a normal bite of an apple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
10 grand.
10 G's.
10 grand, blue hair, Bosch.
He's got at least half an apple left. He's got a bet that.
He's got an Apple logo worth of apple left.
What's he spending it on?
Eurostar.
He's getting a Eurostar. Okay.
Yeah, it's easier to get away with in a Eurostar than on a plane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
Here we go.
listen, he loves novelty things. He loves Victorian things. So he finds, he goes to a museum that has old-fashioned vehicles.
Transport Museum in St.
The
Helens.
Transport Museum.
Ah,
And there's
right,
an
okay.
old hot air balloon in there.
Right.
And he YouTubes how to fly a hot air balloon. And he takes another bite of the apple to get him and this hot air balloon to a launch site.
Nice.
To a launch site, not even in the air.
Why does he just-
Do you know what? I won't go up right now. I want to make sure I'm departing from the appropriate station.
He's a stickler for the rules. Why doesn't he just wish that him and his hot air balloon are in Africa?
Oh yeah,
or
he could
whatever?
just wish it. He could just wish himself in the air.
Yeah,
hot
but
air
He's
balloon.
wishing himself to another location.
That's
Why
a
doesn't
bigger
he wish
bite.
himself to
Because
a location
he wants
elsewhere?
to know how to fly it.
That's a good point, Lewis, though. It is a bigger bite.
It's a bigger bite. If you want to be up in the air, it's a bigger bite than taking off from a launch station.
To be fair, you shouldn't bite off more than you can chew, so I think he's doing well there.
So
Right.
is the launch station still in
Skem.
around Skem somewhere?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the roof of the transport place.
Oh,
Yeah.
so on the roof they've got a. So why has he got a wish for that?
Because
He
how
goes about his
how's
apple and
you-
the fella goes, "What are you doing there?" He
How's
goes,
one man going to manoeuvre a big fucking hot
Yeah.
air balloon upstairs? One
It's not
man.
what. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yeah.
What I'm thinking is, I'm
Sorry,
just
I'm
keep.
the dickhead here.
Eurostar.
I'm keeping it back in my mind that Helen is still a ghost at this point.
Not for long.
Whoa!
Whoa.
Didn't miss a
so
beat.
he's up in the air
Over scam.
over Skem.
Sorry, quickly, he's in the air, right?
Yeah.
Is it nighttime, daytime? What's the weather?
It's daytime because it's all happened pretty fast. He got up and fed the ducks, and now he's in an hot air
It's like
balloon.
10:30.
You know how it is.
It's like, fucking hell, what a morning.
Perfect flying conditions.
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
even wish for it.
That's lucky. That.
And he's
Well,
up
just
there.
saved himself a bite there.
He's contemplating everything that's happened. He's like, what the fuck has just happened there? I've killed a child.
You can see him on the floor.
Flying
Right
over the
there.
crime scene.
I've killed that child. There's like
It's hovering.
sirens and lights just
He's
from a
only,
distance.
he's only 10 feet over the top of it. He's flying through the streets,
He can-
10 foot out of a balloon.
That's funny.
Stopping at
Police are
traffic
questioning
lights.
him. Have you done this? No. I've been up here the entire time.
Or just slightly above.
Yeah.
That's very good. Right, so go on.
Yeah, so he's like just contemplating life up there, and it's really peaceful. So, you know, it's all dawning on
Apart
him.
from the death
Yeah.
below.
Yeah, and he starts to feel guilty, and he's like, "There's no one else I want to be here more than me nan, Helen, because she'd tell me how to fix this, and she'd give me a hug, and I really need a hug." So he uses half the apple.
So he's only got a little bit left.
He's only got a little bit left.
Literally like the core of it in his hand like that.
Yeah.
To get his nan back, because he's a nanny's boy.
Right, so
Kid.
Does he bring her back at the age of 104? What age does he got? I want her at 21, and that's a bit weird.
That is a bit weird.
so it's younger.
Yeah.
I want my hot nan back.
Like, what age does he bring her back?
30.
Oh, right.
Same
nice.
age as him.
Maybe.
I don't think she understands.
Yeah, she's going to be a
Yeah,
bit
she's gonna be confused.
Disorientated.
She's probably too
been
distracted by her
sucked.
breasts being perk again.
Yeah.
Perk.
Oh my God! Look at these. And
Oh,
he's like,
he's
Nan,
like,
Nan. Yeah. But seriously, look at him.
And he's like,
he's
he's like biting the apple going,
Yeah.
I wish for this erection to go away.
Get in there.
Chad, get in there.
Yeah. That's funny. That is funny. So she's 30. Yeah.
What's her job? What did she used to do?
I don't think she's getting
hasn't got a
straight back
job.
into work. She's just come back from the afterlife.
Yeah.
What did she used
She
to
was a
do then?
millionaire.
She's just. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Just
she.
one of
I thought
them.
she might have been a dentist back in the day.
That is interesting.
It's interesting, but not true.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Throw it in the bin.
he's with his nan.
Yeah.
It's like 10:30.
Yeah.
He's in a hot air balloon over Skem, right? He's got a little bit of apple left.
Yeah.
And is his nana Helen? Is she? Obviously,
Can we
she
call her
must
Nana still?
be, Helen.
Helen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's obviously she must be a bit like bamboozled with what's going on, or is she just like?
I know she's been looking over it from the afterlife or not.
Yeah, because she's a ghost, isn't she?
Yeah,
so
she's a
been
ghost.
watching.
12 hours,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's not been dead long.
Yeah,
Does she have anything to say about the child murder? Or
She's just like, oh, it's nicer when you die anyway, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, she's been
that's
to the other
nice.
side, so it's
That's
like,
quite nice.
yeah,
Party.
yeah, I like that. So where do they go
Kill as
then? In
many
this,
kids as you want.
Yeah.
keep killing them.
Remember
Good
that.
for
Keep killing.
So, where do they travel to next? Because obviously he's still
You've got to get
on the run.
It's still hot property. He's got to get out of Skem at
Yeah.
least, innit?
Yeah.
Well, she's like, I've got a secret island where I like launder money. So they thought they got everything off me, but they haven't.
How far's the island then?
It's Jersey, so
It's a
All
balloon
right.
ride away.
yeah.
right
Yeah.
away.
So
Can you
Convenient.
fly a balloon to Jersey? Do you
yeah, you
reckon?
can fly anything.
You
to
can
Jersey,
even if you've got an apple, a magic apple.
Yeah.
You can do
I
anything.
reckon you get
He's not got much of that magic apple
that
left.
Yeah.
channel wind. Yeah.
Yeah,
You'd be like, we better not land in Calais. You know what I mean? You'd be like, oh,
overshoot
better
it."
not miss the island. Land and you're like, oh, we're here. Like, it's actually Guernsey. Oh, fuck.
So is the balloon to Jersey?
Right, so they took the balloon to Jersey, and are they thinking, right,
Tax haven?
Why did he ask for her to come back at the age of 30? Just because he has no... Oh, he doesn't have a lot of
He
friends,
hasn't got
does
any
he?
friends.
Yeah, his age.
Each
And
one's go for the bevy with, innit? Like,
yeah,
right?
Bevy with his nan.
yeah.
yeah,
so,
but she's hot and 30 now.
yeah.
Well, she might be. Is she hot?
Yeah.
Is right.
Is she...
now I can get involved in it.
And is Helen attracted to Chad?
She knows it's wrong.
We know it's wrong. We all know it's wrong. At the moment, I
She
just have
knows.
the image of like two people in a hot air balloon, one with a hard on and the other with nipples like that, just looking at each other going, I know it's wrong. That's all I have. Right?
No, we come back
And then
to
an apple in
forbidden
the
fruit.
middle.
Yeah,
That's it.
It all comes back to forbidden fruit.
Ah.
It's all about wanting what you can't have.
I reckon we leave it a bit ambiguous for the listener whether or not it's like one of them did they or didn't they sort of
Yeah.
hook up. Do you know what I mean?
because we
Depends
don't.
what you're into. If you think they shag, then they shag.
Yeah.
If they never, you're good upstanding
Could
citizen.
do
Yeah.
two
I feel
separate
like
stories.
this episode's going to end up on a porn search. You know what I mean?
It's all right, though, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
will when we take our tops off.
Stick around for that.
So
Right.
they're in Jersey.
They're in Jersey. They've landed. They must have landed. They've been on that balloon ages. They're starving. They've gone for food, I think.
Yeah.
And they've got a little bit of apple left.
They've got a little bit of apple left,
Yep.
but that isn't going to be enough to sort of fill the hunger. And they don't want to ruin the wish.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be fuming if you just ate it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Eat a
accidentally.
little bit and
Yeah.
wish you were full.
Yeah.
Don't eat the full thing to get full.
Yeah. Do we have another curveball to throw in?
I reckon we do, just because I think that'll help us get to the dentist part. So let's do one more curveball to round off this story,
Is that
and
the
then we'll get
yellow
to
ones?
it.
Yeah,
The yellow
one,
ones, yeah. So last yellow one.
So we're in Jersey. We've just had a little scran with
Yeah.
my 30-year-old fit nan.
Yeah.
And now the dog's vomit slid down the window.
Maybe the dentist looked at the dog's teeth. You know what I
Maybe,
mean? Maybe
right.
that's-
So the dog's vomit slid down the window.
Right. So where are they now? So are they in a house? Did the nan have a house? Has she got a bunker? Are they in a restaurant?
A little snide
They're-
place in Jersey.
They're in a nice B&B,
Yeah.
but the money's hidden in a cave.
Okay.
Right.
Is
Yeah.
the hot air balloon parked on the drive? Just like perfectly on the drive. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So they just
The balloon's over the other house.
It's like it's getting fumigated or something.
So they're having scones.
Nice.
Nice.
What time is it?
Lunchtime.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Afternoon tea.
And afternoon tea, yeah. And then a dog is sick on the window.
The dog starts throwing up on the window, right?
Mm,
So it's thrown up. Something's upset its stomach.
right.
The dog's made a wish. Because it's had a bite of this apple. When they've come for Airbnb, they've just popped it on the side. Dog's had a little
Yeah.
nibble.
Yeah.
What could the dog's wish have been?
A giant T-bone steak.
So he makes a wish. The steak lands. He's like, "This is incredible." Gobbles it all up. So the dog throws up on the window. That's actually taken their attention.
They see in the vomit chunks of steak and apple.
Right.
And they go, that's our apple. I bet that's our apple. And desperately, he starts fishing for
Yeah.
bits of
Dirty
apple.
bastard.
Yeah.
Cuff
He's like-
face,
Chadwick
or whatever
does.
the name is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 That's why he's got no mates.
I reckon there's a few pips left at least.
Okay.
Grow your own wish
Oh my
tree.
god.
Yeah.
That's what he's thinking. Because he's thought, no, it's gone. The dog's on it. Sees the little pips.
But
They
in
have-
8 to 10 years, I could have unlimited
That's
wishes.
it, that's
But
the thing.
imagine if he plants the pips and then
A dog grows.
no, we man. I was going to say,
Imagine watch that grow. That would be horrible.
what bit will come out the ground first?
That's what I'm thinking.
It's got to be his tail, hasn't it?
Yeah, his
Good.
tail.
It's got to be his tail, and then it's like arse and that.
Yeah.
Arse.
All right, go on
Out-
backwards.
out
I
back.
imagine
So-
Other dogs would love that. Just
I'd
go and
imagine, like,
sniffing it.
Yeah.
Nose.
Humping it.
nose.
Does it
and then-
poo out?
Maybe, yeah.
Right.
He didn't know the terms and conditions of the apple. So every wish that was made starts to deteriorate. So his nan starts like turning invisible, and he's like, "Nan,
Yeah, like Back to the
take me to
Future.
the cave." So they run and they're trying to find this cave
Right.
before she.
And his appearance is obviously coming back.
His bike's getting bigger as he's riding.
So and this cave is off like the edge of a cliff, so it's really tricky to get in there.
If only they
Um,
had a air balloon that wasn't crushed by
Yeah.
a giant steak.
I know it's disintegrated as well.
Yeah, it's just
Speeding it.
it's just a balloon now.
Yeah,
It's just a
it says happy birthday on it.
with the little weight.
Yeah.
Right, okay. So going towards this cave.
Yeah, she's like, "It's down," and then gone.
Down where?
It's down, gone.
Right. Okay.
So he's scaling this cliff face with no apparatus, but he does find it. And he goes in there, and there's treasure. There's treasure as far as the eyes can see.
Sorry, I've just got to get this imagery out my head. You said that she sort of disappeared again, his nan. I like the idea of obviously she had these really nice tits, didn't she?
That was the last.
And they just start getting, they just start getting like she gets old again, and she's like, "They're going, they're going."
They're the last things.
Yeah, I just thought they were the last things to disappear. So just for a little bit, there's just floating tits there. He's like, nice.
Right, so he's in this cave full of treasure, and now he's thinking, for me, obviously my wish has worn off, but I've got all this money, plastic surgery,
Plastic surgery.
Turkey,
Teeth done.
straight over to Turkey.
Everything. The
Right.
works. So he can't get done for murder also because he's
Yeah,
like,
Yeah.
paid to have his
Yeah.
face readjusted.
right.
He went in, he said, "What do you want?" He said, "Make me look innocent." They were like, "Cool."
Yeah. And then whilst he's getting his new teeth done, the dentist's like, "I have never seen teeth as clean.
Superb.
Congratulations, guys. We
Amazing.
got the...
Just straight there, yeah, was it? Yeah. It's right,
Amazing.
Well, it had a resolution, didn't it? He managed to get away with it in the end.
Yeah.
Threw the money in the cave.
It's his revenge for not having any friends, isn't it? And for everyone being mean to him his whole life.
Yeah.
That's what happens. You kill kids.
Yeah, it had a sinister twist. Is it a comedy, this, or is it like
Nice.
psychological
Goth
horror?
comedy.
If you can't laugh,
Comedy.
if you can't laugh at trauma, what can you laugh at?
Yeah.
Exactly.
That was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot.
I did.
There was some unreal imagery in that for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Then
Yeah.
there were so
Yeah,
many.
the nan's tits. Unreal.
What we'll do is we'll just have a little break, and then we'll come up with like what the soundtrack could be, title for it, and
Then
I really like this.
Are we-
It's
are we-
such a good premise.
It's have fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
if you didn't pick them cards up before, but you did, we could have been on a completely different story as to what we had today. But I'm so thankful that we did pick them cards because there were some beautiful moments in that podcast, wasn't there?
The man dressed as a duck.
The man dressed as a duck, hovering over a crime scene in a hot air balloon.
That was great seeing that. What's happened there? Awful lot.
I say like stopping at traffic lights and just looking round, going through a drive-through.
I tried to go through a drive-through in a trolley once and they wouldn't save me. I was fuming.
Were you sat in the seat? Like,
I was sat in the trolley and my mate was pushing the trolley. I wasn't in the seat because that'd be ridiculous. It'd be stupid, Harry.
That would be hilarious if they're like, "Where's your mum?" Like, what are you on about?
They wouldn't save
Where's
us.
your mum?
I was fuming. I was like, everyone else is just on four wheels. Give us a bit.
Yeah.
Didn't let us.
I liked how the story came full circle, really. You know what I mean? There was a bit of tragedy in there with Chadwick and obviously getting the wishes, changing an appearance, and it was like, oh, I'm going to revert back, but then getting the money, which sort of changes appearance again. I just thought there was a lot of interesting parts in it. What did you think?
Yeah, it was almost like Jason Bourne, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But not in any way.
Exactly the same. As far as I know, Jason Bourne was in Skem and rode the penny farthing.
What I liked as well, it all happened in a day. It was like one day.
Like an episode of 24.
Yeah.
That's what it was, isn't it?
He must be going at some speed to get to Jersey in a hot air balloon.
It was a windy day.
Yeah.
It was a windy day, man.
Well, he had that extra little bite, didn't he? That back wind.
Yeah.
But also, his nan dying the day before, barely spending 12 hours in the afterlife and being brought back at 30 with perfect cans.
Don't forget about them. That was a highlight for me.
So, like I was saying before, what we like to do is to come up with a name for what we think the title of this film / pod would be. So,
is there a song with like wishes in it?
What about Chad's nan's tits?
Watch that.
Yeah, that would be a belter. What if we call it chomping at the tit?
Chomping at the tit?
I feel like there's not enough tit in it though.
The tit's like
the tit's a sidebar.
Yeah, you are right.
The tits was the best bit.
The cover or the
let's move on.
poster.
Let's try and think about the poster and we might get it.
It's a blue sky with clouds and it's a hot air balloon, but the balloon's an apple.
Oh,
nice. Right, yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Completely. Instead of wishing on a star, wishing on an apple.
Maybe.
It's not quite that.
It's not punching me in the face with comedy or like nuance.
Yeah, be better.
Apple of my guy, Chad.
Apple of my guy.
Chad is, we love that, don't we?
He loves that Chad.
He's always doing that, Chad, isn't he?
He's pretty farming. Sorry, Indica.
Just getting on the panel. Yeah.
The panel.
Apple of my...
Gala apples, jazz apples, cooking apples, big apples.
How would you like these apples?
Oh,
that could be a good one.
How'd you like them apples?
How'd you like these apples?
How'd you like wheeze apples?
How'd you like wheeze apples? Because it's wee man's apples.
Oh,
Wheeze apples.
yeah.
How'd you like wheeze apples?
That's great.
Yeah.
I knew we were going to get somewhere.
Tops off.
How'd you like wheeze apples?
How'd you like wheeze apples will do, innit?
Right, okay. How'd you like wheeze apples? If we was doing a trailer and we was doing a little 2-minute montage, what would the song over the top be? Like what sort of hitting in the background? And it can be a remix, it can be slowed down, sped up. What do you think?
man.
I mean, what would be great is it Get Out that done the slow version of I Got 5 on it?
Yeah, but it's funny you should say that because James Allen brought that up on his podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
But I was just thinking of the 5 a day, Got 5 on it. That could have been it, but it's already been used on.
No, he didn't use that song. He didn't use it. He used Read My Mind by The Killers.
Yeah.
But I do like that.
That song where it's like, I think it was like DJ Sammy or something, and there was a kid singing at the front. You're the apple of my eye.
Oh yeah, it cringes me out that.
Creepy, and just like footage of everything that's happened, and just with that over the top, that's creepy.
That makes it sinister, doesn't it?
It is sinister.
Kicking in the background. Dun 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 dun. As it builds. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah, just as the gold.
Just dun 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 dun.
Over the ground in the hot air balloon.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
So the tune's DJ Sammy.
Yeah, and then when that music kicks in, he's like dancing, buzzing with all his gold, and then he does like a jump spin, and he's a different person.
Yeah.
And you're like, what happens?
Yeah.
Why does that happen?
Okay.
I like the jump spin.
Jump spin.
Jump spin. No, we don't need
On the
CGI.
penny farthing.
We're just going to do a jump spin, just do a quick cut.
A jump spin to DJ Sammy.
Imagine him riding to DJ Sammy on the penny farthing.
Yeah.
Hydraulics.
Yeah.
His little taxi service.
Little neon on the wheels, glowing. Yeah. So we've got DJ Sammy.
I'm in heaven.
Yeah. That's Helen. I'm with Helen.
Going off.
Right. So I'm in heaven. DJ Sammy.
There's going to be someone watching going.
Behind the paywall, guys.
What is the name of the title again?
How'd you like Wheeze Apples?
How'd you like
love
Wheeze
that.
Apples? And now we want you to sort of like offer a line which the next guest might pick up. It could be like any variation on like a...
So it can be the beginning, the middle, or the end.
Any. I like the idea of it like sort of linking to what we've talked about today. So it's
Okay.
like a little timestamp of this episode. So maybe it's something we'd said.
Go on, Anna. Look at your tits.
Crack and pay for an old bird.
Yeah.
I think that's everything we need. Over to you, Harry.
Yeah, I don't think there's thank you, the Perry, for coming
Yeah.
on.
No worries, man. It was great.
Yeah.
It was
It's
really
fun.
fun. I
Yeah.
really like the premise.
It's a good way to get like your mind going in it and just like fuck about and that.
Listen to my audiobook, Blood Charms.
Oh yeah,
as well.
anything to plug? Tell us about it
So
so we
we
can
got
clip.
the podcast,
Right.
The Mild High Club. It's a podcast we do together. We have loads of comedian guests on, musicians, porn stars, anything. We've got loads of stuff. We have a Patreon, which we have a live show every month. We ever do a live talent show in Liverpool as well, which is fun. People come down, they perform for like a minute or so, and then we interview them like podcast style. The winner wins some money.
They win
They're always
£50, or you can gamble and maybe win £100 on a mystery prize.
Yeah, so it's,
Deal or no deal.
it's a great night. It's always dead fun. They're once a month in Liverpool. So there's them. We have comedy nights on Tuesday nights in the Ship and Forecast. Harry's coming down. I'm sure you'll be down at some point as well. But while we're in the thing of storytelling,
Yeah, so it's
wrote a
right.
book.
It's a fantasy novel, but with a Scouse protagonist.
Right.
it's
So
100,000 words.
So she gets
Wow.
kidnapped, and she's like, "What the fuck? Where am I? Put me back right now." And so she's, I don't know how to like you don't want to give too much away, but she's basically, everyone's like, in Zafira is like, "You're the savior," and she's like, "I'm fucking not." So she's like making friends with people, and they're like, "Oh, you're the savior. You've got to save us all. 'Cause they're all doomed." And she's like on this like side quest, like, "Oh, I need to get home to me ma." And
Right.
it's like,
Right.
so it's like
Scouse Wizard of Oz.
it's like, what's she gonna do?
Yeah.
And the Oz is weed.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we basically started recording that as an audio book / podcast.
Do you know, like, my dad wrote a porno?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that.
So the first
Um,
bit of that's just gone on Patreon. That's going to be released publicly on the 21st of July. I don't know when this
Nice.
is coming out, but
I
go
really,
listen to that.
It might be around a similar time, actually. Yeah.
Go
Or it
listen
might
to
be
that.
sooner.
Make Amy's dreams come true of being a writer.
It sounds like it's what you want to send us your links and we'll
Yeah.
put them in the show notes
Yeah,
so
yeah.
people can get them.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
definitely
yeah,
just
yeah.
send them across. But yeah,
Get in the description.
Yeah,
Um,
all in the description.
we'll definitely get you back on.
Yeah, only
100%.
because and you just have to
Thank
come on
you.
ours as well. That'll be boss, a little crossover and that, and we'll We bring some substances.
100%.
See how that story goes.
No one talks for an hour.
Be the longest episode ever.
How are you feeling? Not good.
It'll be class, man. It was great. Nice one for having us.
Thank you very much for coming on. I'll just wrap this up. This has been All Made Up with Dean Coughlin and is it Amy Lee Owens or Amy Owens?
Amy Lee Owens.
Amy Lee Owens,
Yeah.
right. So Dean Coughlin, Amy Lee Owens, that was All Made Up with them. Thanks for watching and listening. Till next time.
It's all